Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's going to be reviewing the new Nissan Rogue Rock Creek. Before we get in this video, I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to the Ken Garf Nissan here in Salt Lake for giving me some time with this Rogue. I'll include a link to their website in the description down below so you can check out what they have currently. I'll also include a link to my car buying guide. Also, if you have any questions on this, just ask for Paul. Let's get into it. Under the hood, we have a turbocharged 1.5 liter 3-cylinder that goes through an Xtronic CVT. Fuel economy is 27 around town and then 32 on the highway, with power outputs being 201 horsepower and then 225 pound-feet of torque. Before we move forward with this review, I do want to mention if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. So starting with the hood, you can see how it kind of caves in towards the center on either side. And then we've got the split light design, which I actually really like on the Rogue. I think it works quite well. And then notice the grille's all blacked out. You've got the orange Nissan logo. You've got little nostrils there as well. More orange down below. But let me tell you, this is one cool looking thing. I mean, look at the regular Rogue. Not a bad looking car, but this thing, ooh. Now on the side here, our turn wheel setup is 235 by 65 by 17 in the front and over in the rear. And I really like this wheel design, chunky spokes there. I think that's pretty cool. Nice all-terrain tires. You guys can see big chunky fender flare as well. Got the Rock Creek badge here. And then they black out the mirror cap as well as the pillar. You've got the roof rack system there on top of that. So it really does have that off-roader look. And this of course leads us to the key fob. We've got Nissan's new fob, which is kind of like this elongated thing. Remote start, lock and unlock opening for the hatch, which is power. It's a nice feature. Tons of storage space here in the rear of the Rogue. Again, this is similar to a Toyota RAV4, which a cool comparison would be this against a RAV4 TRD. I'll try to put that together as soon as I can manage. But Rock Creek down below, and then, well, I gotta grab the bottom part here. There we go. You guys can see a little bit more storage, spare tire underneath as well. But yeah, anyways, that's everything for the rear. When you're all done, just press that and that will lower the hatch right back down. Pretty sharp looking taillight design here in the back, and then I think that's pretty cool with the all-wheel drive badge with the little Rock Creek logo. But other than that, let me know what you guys think about the exterior style of this, but I think they did a good job when it comes to styling. Now this of course leads us inside, so you guys can see soft touch trim there down below, really nice orange stitching, if it'll pop up on camera. There we go. And then here are the seats, just like the Pathfinder Rock Creek. You've got kind of the soft touch trim on the outside and then cloth trim here in the center. Again, more of the orange stitching. I don't think this is leather. I think it might be it feels leather-like, but I think it's the fake leather if I remember right. Anyways, good legroom here. We've got some vents, some USB ports there as well. And then the headroom's actually pretty dang solid. And this of course leads us up front. You can see again tons of soft touch trim down below. Look at all the stitching too. We've got all of our window controls here. Mirror adjustments, we've got our memory seat function, blind spot warning with the mirrors, and then here's the front seat. Rock Creek down below. This is cool with the trim all down the center. All of our adjustments there on the side, and then we've got nice soft touch trim here on the dash. And then you guys can see here with stuff like the auto stop start, steering assist, and all of that. Now here's a quick look at the steering wheel. You can see soft touch all around. We've got paddle shifters here on the back, a bunch of practical controls in the front, including our adaptive cruise control. We've got our volume controls as well, and then traditional stocks here on the back. Now taking a look at the center gauge cluster, you can scroll through and see different bits of information on different systems within the car. Pretty cool setup, and then it'll also show you guys the drive modes, which is another kind of nice part of it. 360 camera system, which will help both on-road and off-road with the Rock Creek edition. You can also press the camera button to pull up the camera view setup, which is always a nice feature. But yeah, Nissan's modern infotainment system, it's pretty quick to respond. So overall, easy enough to use. It's got physical buttons, which I appreciate. Like I said earlier, there's nice soft touch trim all over the dash here, and down below you've got the cool stitching that goes across, and this is nice with that trim. And then we've got our own climate zone here up front, well, dual zone to be exact. We also have heated seats and heated steering wheel, and then we've got a little charging area in front. Nice trim here on the shifter. It's kind of premium. Got some cup holders here with the parking brake. There's a little bit of glare in this area, just to mention. Drive mode select with your hill descent control. Center console's got good space. Nice trim here on the top, by the way. And then, yeah, pretty normal glove box when it comes to spacing. Just regular rear view mirror, and then no center for this. Okay, so 2025 Nissan Rogue Rock Creek. Pretty much not everything standard equipment there. I mean, there are a few options with this, like the premium package. But $38,725, that's less expensive than the RAV4 Tier D, if memory serves me right. Anyways, let's see how it drives. Before we set off, a couple things. First off, visibility. There you go. The rest of rear. And quick question. What do you guys want me to compare this to? RAV4 Tier D. That's one that I can think of. I don't know how soon I'll be able to get that done. The other one that I thought of was Forester Wilderness, but there isn't, like the Forester Wilderness for the new body style doesn't exist yet. So do you guys want me to just compare this to a Forester Sport? I don't know. Let me know in the comment section below what you want me to compare this to, and if you do want me to compare this to the Forester, do you want me to wait until the Wilderness comes out if we get one? I assume there's going to be one coming eventually. Or do you want me to just compare it to like a Sport or something else like that package-wise with the new Forester? But anyways, Rogue Rock Creek. Pretty good right off the bat. It's pretty fascinating how much power this is pushing, considering the fact that it is a turbocharged 3-cylinder. I mean, who would have thought that turbocharged, I mean, we're in a market now where turbocharged 3-cylinders are pretty normal nowadays. Like, I have a Buick this week as a tester. That's got a turbo 3-cylinder. This has a turbo 3-cylinder. There seems like just, and Ford has it in the Bronco Sport. It seems like it's becoming more and more common, which, yeah, very interesting to say the least. But anywho, yeah, good torque right off the bat. And I always see comments with CVTs and Nissan. What I do is do a little bit of research into their modern CVTs, the Xtronic. And then the other thing I would suggest is go and drive one. Like, seriously, go and drive one of these, because it's actually quite impressive how quick it transitions. Like here, let me put it in the manual mode. Yeah, I got it in manual mode. Like, that's the paddle. That's a CVT. Like, that's pretty quick with the transition. That is pretty darn quick. So, I don't know, I think that this is a car that you kind of have to give a second chance in a way. Still feels like a CVT, but it's, I know, it's a lot more refined, if you ask me. And overall, I like how this drives. It doesn't drive too different from the regular Rogue. It seems like a similar treatment to the Pathfinder Rock Creek, where with the Pathfinder, you've got the more rugged looks, and technically it's better off-road, which, by the way, I did take one of those Pathfinder Rock Creeks off-road, and that thing did incredibly well. It actually, this upsets so many people, but the Pathfinder Rock Creek was able to go up a steep sandy hill that a Jeep Grand Cherokee with their advanced four-wheel drive system and all that, and off-road tires could not get up. Like, the Grand Cherokee just kept digging and digging, getting stuck, and then the Rock Creek just, it went up because it had better tires. Tires do a lot off-road. Actually, that's not a good one because there's a truck, so I'll have to do it up here. But anyways, it's similar treatment where it doesn't really drive all that different, but it looks so much cooler. And I do think that's important for a car. Also, there's storage under here. Why do I never mention this? But yeah, I do think looks are important, right? Because you gotta love what you're driving, especially when this is almost $40,000. So let me know what you guys think about the new Rogue Rock Creek. It's, you know, TFL describes these as soft rotors. I think that's a pretty good description. It is a soft rotor, but it's still cool looking, and I would rather be driving this around as a mom car rather than I don't know, regular. I mean, regular Rogue's not bad, but this just looks cool. Let me know your thoughts.